Good midday, good midday, good midday, good midday to each and every one of you. This is the day, chilly day, could be snowy day, could be sleeting day, could be raining day, but this is the day that the Lord has made. We shall rejoice and be glad in it. We are so grateful to God for those of you who will be coming on board with us in just a few moments. We are thankful for you, one and all, not only those who are with us this morning at the noonday hour, but for those that will watch it a little bit later. We are thankful and grateful to God for you, one and all. Excuse me. I would start doing this as soon as I got started. You know, that's how that normally happens. But I am prepared. Bless his holy name. Sheila, how are you? Nancy, Kathy, bless you. Are you drinking your water today, girl? Yes, I am. I am. Linda, good midday to you. So we are grateful to God for you, one and all, for sharing with us. Jemison, thank you for being here. Each and every one of you coming here to be with us on today. So we are thankful to God for that. Lynn, Tamika, thank you for sharing. Nancy, Denise, thank you so much. Pamela, bless your heart. Thank you, 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 thank you. Joe, how's it going? Glad that you are here with us on today. Grateful to God for those of you that are here with us on today. Grateful for those that are watching live. Okay. Good midday to you, Elder Clay. So glad that you're here with us. And we're thankful to God for you, one and all. Please, someone remind me because I might forget. Uh-huh. Let me put an asterisk beside that. I'm holding it down. I'm handling my business. Stephanie, bless you for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Catherine, oh, Katrina, Lord have mercy. Katrina Harris, Katrina Foster. Fancy, bless you. Thank you for being here. Mary, Minister Faye. So glad that you are here with us. I can't help it. It's day 22, I think, something like that. And so we are grateful to God for you, one and all. And hit the magic button. SHARE. Hit that share button. Hit that share button, and let's get this out to as many people as we possibly can. Please remind me that before I close out, I wanted to share something with you, and I want to make sure that I do that. Well, it said something, but it didn't say anything. Okay, let me take a look here. And so we're grateful to God for you, one and all. Lady Bowling, how you be? How you be? How you be? How you be? Chaplain Hearns, thank you for being here with us on today. Minister Marcia, hope you are doing well. Um, Stephanie Hurd, thank you so much for being here. I got Stephanie's and Christy and Krista's, and I got all kind of folk, Debbie's and place from all over the place. I am just so grateful to God for so many of you that share with us on a regular basis. Cecile LMA, how are you, Timothy? Thank you so much for being here. It is a beautiful day. So you better go ahead on with your bad self. Gladys, how are you? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing with us on today. This is a wonderful day. I was supposed to ask a question. Barbara Harper, how's things going in Columbus? Did anybody try what I said? I'm gonna see if you remember what I said. Did any of you try what I said? Chaplain Hurst, thank you so much for sharing. I I just wanted to check to see if somebody, I just want to see if somebody remembered it. If you didn't remember, don't say a word. Erica Forney, thank you so much for being here. Sylvia Scott, good to have you here. Remember, we talked about it, and so I'm not really sure what's going on here, but we're just gonna press on. Okay, not yet, not yet. Okay, thank you so much, Denise, for letting me know all is well. And it doesn't take a long time, but it just takes okay. Okay, let me look at something here because y'all give me a second because somebody said it doesn't say that it's live, but it is. Let me look at one other page and see. And it is. I got one more thing to look at, and then I will get to the lesson for today. Let me go to YouTube and see. Union Baptist Church. And it is. Okay, everything is live and in color. Okay, and so let me press on so that I can share this with you right now. Right now, Minister Sarah, bless you for being here. Valerie, Carolyn Richardson, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Hit that share button, hit your share button as God continues to bless. Listen, you remember I told you something and it was overwhelmingly powerful, and I think it really, really got the attention of everybody. Is the fact that ministry is draining. Ministry takes its toll. Ministry does not come without some level of sacrifice upon the person. Elder Pamela, how are you upon the person that is being used by God in that particular situation or circumstance? And I think that really is something that many of us never really paid that much attention to. But I think it's important. Hey, Gwen, how are you, dear? And I think it's important for us to understand. Thank you so much for checking, y'all. I appreciate that. Rhonda Fletcher, thank you for being here. Rosabelle, how you doing, dear? Thank you. I appreciate you so much for being on here. And so what we look at and what we have to understand, because sometimes we kind of said, I don't know why I feel like I am. And then you can become so exhausted that you forget to minister to yourself. Let me tell you what I did yesterday. I sat down, had some washing to do. Yes, I do wash. Okay. And so after I got done doing that, I sat down and I had the TV on, and you know how you flip between channels, and the Lord said, just cut it off. And I cut it off and I sat there. And that's when the Lord began to minister to me. And it's an amazing thing because some of the things that the Lord showed me yesterday came to pass today. I got a couple of text messages that kind of affirmed, but here's what happened. I began to pray. Ooh. I began to pray for the situation. Sister Thomas, how are you, dear? I began to pray, intercede, stand in the gap on behalf of that situation. And even though they're a little frustrated by what has taken place, the thing that must be understood is God already knew that it would happen. And because of that, he tapped my conscience and said, I need to cut the TV off for just a moment. And when I say cut it off, hey, Carletta, how are you? Good midday to you. I'm not talking about cutting the volume down. I'm not talking about cutting the volume down, because here's what can happen. You can, see, fancy. See, when they talk about cutting the volume down, you still got a picture and it's still a distraction. So I had to cut the TV off. And I just sat there and these things came into my mind about what is happening in different people's lives. Okay. And in the midst of that, and then I began to intercede. Erica, bless you. Erica Morris, thank you for being here. Gaither, good to have you here. And as I did so, got text messages and confirmations of the fact that the very things that the Lord had showed me had taken place. And so I was in a position whereby I could stand in the gap. And like I said, they're still frustrated, but God already has the solution because he had me intercede before the situation came to pass. That's important, but you can't do that when you're tired. You can't do that when you're distracted. Dean Bryant, bless you, bless you. You did. Okay. You gotta know this because God is doing things through you that will benefit people you will never see till you get to glory. Much of what God does through you will not be in the lives of people you know. But you can't be exhausted when you do that. So when we talk about the healing power of prayer, that's what I want to look at for just a few moments, about the healing power of prayer. My question is God a healer? Can God heal? Does God still heal? Because, from my dispensationalist brothers and sisters, they believe that all of these things that used to happen during the times of the apostles is over with. But my question is, Nancy is listening. Hey, Jaleesa, how are you? Nancy, how you doing? Can God does God still heal? And so in the midst of this, you begin to wonder, because sometimes God just may not do it like you think it should. But here's something that we've got to recognize. And I think this is overwhelmingly important for us to see, to recognize, and to grasp. Okay. And I think this is important for us to get and to understand. Yes, he can. Yes, he will. But do you know how? Well, we're going to take a look at a passage of scripture, because anytime we deal with things like this, we need to be able to have a scriptorial background, especially for the naysayers and those who say, oh, God doesn't do any of those things anymore. But it's the funny thing about it, if they ever needed a healing, they'd trust God for it. In James chapter 5, starting at the 13th verse, some very powerful things that are said in that chapter and in those verses. And so in the midst of that, I want to look at something. I want to see if we can catch what the Lord is saying through James that becomes overwhelmingly applicable for each and every one of us. Here's what it says: is any among you suffering? Let him pray. If there's those who are going through psychological, spiritual, physical, or emotional turmoil, wait a minute. Let them pray. Y'all didn't catch that, did you? And don't get me wrong. Please do not go ahead of what I'm teaching, because I know some of y'all done read the next couple of verses about the sick folk. That's not what I'm talking about. If any of you are suffering, let them pray. Why do I need to pray? If you ask anything according to his will, he hears you. And if you know that he hears you, you know you have the desires that you have of him. So why do I need to pray? Why can't I place this on the shoulders of somebody else? First of all, as a child of God, as one who is redeemed and born again, there has to be the knowing that when you talk to God, Go ahead, Valerie. Do what you need to do. Praying for Dad. When you talk to God, oh, bless his holy name. The first person who needs to talk to God is you. Y'all not catch y'all. Did you catch what I'm saying? The first person, Carolyn, that needs to talk to God is the person who is suffering, the person who is going through anxiety. Because here's what these things attempt to do. They attempt to push you away from the word of God, the will of God, the truth of God, and then damage your faith in God. Ooh. Let me see. The Bible talks about that you need to ask in faith, not wavering, because an unstable person is unstable in all their ways, and let not that person think that they shall receive anything from the Lord. There has to be a stabilizing factor in you, even while you're in shaky times. Because for whatever reason, the enemy is real good at creating temporary amnesia. While I'm in my present moment, while I'm in my present crises, while I'm struggling mentally, while I'm struggling spiritually, I'm going, all these struggles are going on in my life, and I forget, and the enemy reinforces the amnesia that God has forsaken me and has left me alone, and I'm all by myself. And that is a lie from the pit of hell. Not only is he a liar, he is the father of lies. And we have to learn how to quit listening to a liar and start embracing the truths of what God's word says. If you going through something, the first thing you need to do is pray. You pray. Nothing that happens in your life should pull you that far away from God that you can't say hello to him. Oh my God. Can I say that again? Nothing in your life should pull you so far away from God that you can't say hello. Let me say it one more time. Nothing in your life should pull you so far away from God that you can't say hello to him. You might not like him. You might not appreciate him, Tamala. You may not understand what's going on. You may have an attitude. All of these things can be going on. Yes, all of these things can be going on, but it should not stop you from having that hello, Lord, it's me. Oh, I wish I had some help today. It's me, because I'm going to deal with this more tonight as I continue. It's me. I don't like you. I don't like what you're doing. I don't like where I'm at. I don't like any of it, but it's me. It looks like you have forsaken me. It looks like you have abandoned me, but it's me. And what I'm trying to do is not get like Job and get beside myself and approach you the wrong way, but I need you to understand. I need you to understand. I need you to understand, Lord. Hello, Lord. Hello. Hello. And so in the midst of this, you have to pray. Can I go just a little bit further? Can I go just, can I move through this? I got 2 minutes. Can I move through this just a little bit more? It says, let him pray. If anyone is cheerful, start singing, even if you can't sing. Don't mean you got to sing in the choir. It just means you sing. There ought to be some level of melody in your heart until that's right. Oh, Kathy, you done went back to the first stuff we talked about. Yes, it's personal. I'm going to sing whatever song that drops in my spirit. You know, sometimes the song ain't even in a hymn book. It's not been penned yet, but sometimes you get stuck on, I just bless you, Lord. I bless you. I bless you for who you are. I bless you because there's none like you. There ought to be some level of melody, Gina, that is in your heart, even if you can't sing, even if you can't do it. That's where, say, Gina, cut it out. Because that's where moaning came from. Couldn't articulate the pain, but guess what? Since I got joy, I might as well sing about it. Since I've been delivered, I might as well sing about it. Since I'm overcoming things in my life, I need to say, it says, if anyone is cheerful, let him sing songs. I'm going to stop right there. Going to finish up the rest of it tonight at 6:30. If you want to know about the healing power of prayer, meet me at 6:30 online, because I'm going to help us to understand what our God is able to do. I'm telling you right now, these songs were running through my mind this morning. And in the midst of that, I began to rejoice. And, I was tired. We're fasting. We're doing all of these things. We're sacrificing. My workload is still the same. All of this stuff is going on. But the melodies, and I'm not talking about melodies from heaven. I'm talking about melodies out of my heart, out of my soul, out of myself, that let it be known that I'm just going to hang on, because God has brought me too far to leave me now. Listen, this is what I wanted to share with you, and then I'm going to move on out the way. I'm going to move out the way. If you want to give your first fruits now, you can do it. We got some of our remote people in other cities that have contacted me, and they said, can we do this now? And I do understand. People are sowing their first fruits now. I'm still going to pray over them on the third Sunday. But if you want to go ahead and start sending your first fruits in, do so. You can do it through Cash App. Wait a minute, let me put this up here so you can see how to do this. You could do it through, let me make it a little bit bigger. You could do it through Cash App, $Union 528. In the memo, put in their first fruits. You can do it through Givelify. Look up Union Baptist Church, 528 Lincoln Avenue, Youngstown, Ohio, 44502. Put in the memo that's there, first fruits. Okay. You can do it by calling on the phone. You can give it on the phone, 330-746-1217. The Lord dropped in my spirit. Do not hold up people's giving if they want to give right now. That was my fault. And I'm moving out of the way so that the Lord can do whatever he wants to do, how he wants to do it. Now, but again, when you call, when you give through Givelify, Katrina will fill out your envelope, do what needs to be done. It will be dropped in the container that is in my office right now. And on the third Sunday, we're going to believe God for him to bless you tremendously. So please, ma'am, please, sir, you can do it that way. You can put it in the mail, mail it, make it out to Union Baptist Church, mail it to 528 Lincoln Avenue, Youngstown, Ohio, 44502. Put in the memo first fruits. And if you do that, we'll be able to do that. Now, I needed to get that out of the way. I needed to share that with you. I'm going to do the same thing tonight. It was my fault for making people wait till the third Sunday. The Lord said, let them sow when they want to sow. And people are sowing right now. Okay. And so in the midst of this, here's what I want you to do. Join me at 6:30 and watch God blow your mind. Not me, because all I am is the vessel and the instrument. But watch God blow your mind about the healing power of prayer. I'll see y'all at 6:30. Spread the word. Tell everybody, don't you miss 6:30 today. May God bless you. May he keep you is our prayer.